What comes first, the chicken or the egg? Between peace or performance, is it better to have peace through performance or performance through peace? I vote we engage in the latter. Performance through peace. Here is why. As a pharmacist, I see so many patients suffering from serious medical conditions that stem from the missing tranquility of peace. Some people call it stress. The more desperate the desire for performance and directions, focus becomes a challenge. This is where drugs do not have much to offer. Stress has become the foundation of the 10 leading causes of death. That is the entire point of this message. We can all go home now. But first, let's look at some examples. With all the resources we have, the United States is sicker and has the highest level of medical expenses than any other country in the world. Several years ago, I went to South America with the Oceanic Society to study the reproductive patterns of the sea turtles. We were in the country of Suriname, just north of Brazil. Since turtles lay eggs at night, one of our research days was spent with a family engaging in conversations through a translator. After asking these gracious people lifestyle questions, one of our members wanted to know if this indigenous family had any questions about our life as Americans. The matriarch of the group said, "No." Our group of 12 were stunned. How could they say that? We asked the translator to inquire, why not? The answer that came back was, "Oh, we know all about what life as an American is like. We go to the movies." We were shocked. American life was just too complicated for them and stressful. Filling prescriptions, I see patients on maintenance medications get sicker and sicker. One medication leads to another, but the thinking or lifestyle that got them sick is not addressed. Like running over a pothole with your car, if the alignment is not corrected, tires wear out faster. Here is an example. A patient came into the pharmacy to refill a prescription. He had been in the hospital suffering from a sore throat. The doctor suspected an infection and gave him antibiotics that would fight the most likely bacteria. After 7 days of treatment, swelling in his throat had diminished, but the burning was still there. A throat culture was negative. The next step was a stomach acid blocker. In addition to the burning, the patient also had a throat tickle that kept him coughing all night. A cough suppressant was added, but things were getting worse. I had to ask this patient, "How are you doing with the stress in your life?" He said, "It is so difficult for me to sleep at night. I am stressed out over finances, and being so sick and tired is just not helping." He had already stopped taking all his medications. To explain this picture, stress tends to relax the smooth muscle that rests between the esophagus and the stomach. That was what was allowing the acid to puff up and burn his throat. The cough and poor sleep followed. Certain foods and some medications, like cough suppressants, can also relax that smooth muscle. The stomach needs acid to digest proteins. With an acid blocker, the stomach recognizes the missing acid and just makes more. This requires higher doses of medication over time. Meanwhile, proteins are incompletely digested. I explored his tendency to seek performance over peace and helped him realign his thinking and engage him into performance through peace. Soon things turned around for him, and his health improved without needing additional medications. I could identify with this man's condition because I had been in that same stressful place several years before. I had changed jobs from being a pharmacist to selling biologicals for a major pharmaceutical company. I had gastritis, burning throat, cramping, and difficulty sleeping as well. One Friday night, after 4 weeks of taking 5 different medications daily for my crazy symptoms, I could tell nothing was improving. I stopped all of them. I took the weekend to relax and completely chill. I recognized I was placing pressure on myself. Henry Ford said, "If you think you can or you can't, you are right." I discovered that my thoughts were what was making me so sick. It took time to get back to complete recovery. However, my doctor recommended that I move from medications to peaceful meditation. I had to carefully monitor my thoughts in favor of peace. Soon, I enjoyed a dramatic improvement in sleep and performance. After years of maintaining my thought life, I continue to enjoy medication-free health and carefully educate, encourage, guide, and support others to do the same. Thoughts that steal our peace impact our performance, which continues to steal more peace. It became a vicious cycle, and yet we have a choice to choose. Choose peace. Engage in peace. Medications can help during the turnaround. However, without our own thoughts of peace, medications will lose their impact. Let peace dwell in your heart by guarding the portal of your mind. This is one of the best guidelines for the beginning of stress management. Then, watch your performance escalate. With all that needs to be done, choose performance through peace. Thank you.